If you've seen our video on using the shield block to block the right hand, you know how important it is to learn that skill. We have a rule here that if you're on the mats, you better be prepared to block at any time because we can swing on you whenever using these pool noodles. Reagan, you have to be quiet. No singing, okay? What's up, guys? I'm Mike, and this is Maddox, and we're at RKM Training, and this is Hard to Hurt, a channel dedicated to fitness and self-defense, where we do fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts and principles that make you hard to hurt. We're going to show you the technique we use to teach children and beginners how to block using these pool noodles. This is just a single pool noodle that's been cut in half. I used a razor, like a painter's knife type thing, and used a slow sawing motion. If you give it to kids and people that just start, the very first thing they'll want to do is they'll want to swing like that. But to make it look more like a punch, we try to get them to hold it like this, overhand, and swing this way. We start the drill with the shield block. If you guys haven't already seen it, we got a video on the shield block, right? And we start out like this, right? Boom, boom. And we drill this pretty much every time they come in for a while. They do a little bit of this. We get them used to this motion. And it doesn't matter if the partner knows how to punch, because if we're training someone to protect themselves against a street fighter or, mugger or, some ruffian in the street, he's not going to throw this real technical straight right hand. He's going to throw this looping right hand like this. Now, once they get this, and this becomes automatic, they see this hand go up, we do the left side too, boom. As soon as they see this coming, and they put that up. Now, as for whether or not they wear gloves, that's totally up to what they're here for. If they want to learn some boxing or kickboxing or whatever, they train in gloves. If they're here for self-defense, they train without gloves most of the time, right? Once they get comfortable doing this, we'll start moving around a little bit. All right? Now, as the lesson goes on, and as they get more comfortable, I'll start shortening up my grip on these. And I'll be hitting them, I'll be grabbing about halfway and swinging that at them. I'm getting them used to being comfortable with me getting close. A lot of times when someone first starts out, they're real scared of everything and they're real nervous. So this elbow will be flaring out. And we just drill with these because you can swing them pretty good and get a good impact if you really cock back and right? And it's very startling to a new person. And we try to use it to inoculate them against that stress. And the longer the lesson goes, and the more comfortable and proficient we get, we shorten this up and shorten it up and shorten it up, right? And what eventually we'll tell them, especially if they're working with a partner that's someone that they know, right? We'll tell them to take this thing and try to stick it in their ear. They try to stick this thing in their ear, and that'll make them tighten up that guard really tight, right? Bing, bing. Right? Now you can mix this in. More advanced people, you can mix it in with straight punches, right? Boom, boom. If they're doing head movement, they can slip, slip, slip. They can slip them as well. But if we're talking self-defense clients, this is the thing we're preparing them for, okay? As you get them more comfortable and you're moving around and you've barely got any noodle left in here, when you feel like that client's really comfortable, you drop your hands and you start doing this, nice and soft, getting them used to it. And drill that. That needs to be automatic. Anytime someone's on the mat here, they got to be ready for that. Now, as their confidence increases and they demonstrate more proficiency, we'll kind of amp up the stress of the situation a lot. And I like to use these gloves for that. These aren't really like MMA gloves, and they're not great for bag work or anything like that, but they leave my hand open. I can use the noodles, I can pick up stuff, I can make adjustments to their form, right? But I can put a little extra oomph into it without my knuckles hitting them. So your more advanced people or your trainers or whatever could use something like this. I'll put a link in the description below to these gloves. They were super cheap. You go based on what they're comfortable taking. If their form starts to degrade, you back it down or go to a less stressful form of training, just like you would with the weights. So what I'll start doing at first, I'll throw the punch just the same. He's got this conditioned response. When this big right hand comes, he knows what to do with it. After I make impact, I'll start pushing on him a little to get him used to getting rocked, what it feels like to get pushed around. Boom, boom, right? Now, Maddox is more advanced. I can give him a little more. He's used to this. He likes it, right? Boom, he likes to feel strong. He likes to feel like I can't hurt him, and he knows his defense is good. His defense is pretty good. With all things, you have to balance realism and safety. This is to get them used to contact, used to getting hit. You don't want to scare anyone away or hurt anyone or anything like that. For kids age 3 to about 7 or 8, I like to use just the noodles. You can make up fun games with them. They can trade off the noodles and use them on each other. As the kids get older and they start talking about competing or it's adults for self-defense, I like to put these gloves on here. You got anything to add?
Can I no, but in the end can we do like a little and see, can like check out my
Today, Junior.
Can I put in a part about my channel?
You want to plug your channel?
Yeah,
All right, plug your channel.
Make sure you check out my channel, Everything Maddox, where we talk about video games, sports, school, and family. Everything Maddox.
We'll put a link in the description below to Maddox's channel, Everything Maddox. It's a really cool channel you can watch with your kids. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like that video and you want to see more fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts and principles that make you hard to hurt, make sure you click this subscribe button. We'll put a subscribe button right about there. If you want to subscribe, you can click that button right there. And if you want to check out some of these videos over here, we'll put some more training tips, fitness tips, things like that. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace out.